baby! Today, we are diving into the best list I have ever seen. Big shout out over to Corey Pronman, out of The Athletic, who has had a very interesting reputation over the years for being absolutely nuts. And I say that in the best way possible, because earlier yesterday, Corey Pronman published this list of his top, and we gotta take a deep breath for this, his top 112 prospects for the 2026 NHL Entry Draft. There are names, there are reports, it's a long list, and it looks like, oh, this is actually a gift article shared to us by an Athletic subscriber. So thank you, Corey Pronman, for the free access to the list. But Pronman is awesome because he always has volume to the pieces that he makes. It's very frequent every single year that Corey Pronman is the guy that has the longest list of scouting reports and draft analysis on the market. So, Pronman, you're crazy, but you're awesome for it. And a lot of people would say that Pronman has some crazy opinions at the same time. The reason for that is exemplified in this top 112 ranking right here. Because this is the general response that you are seeing to Corey Pronman's list. What the heck? Corey Pronman has Chase Reid ranked number 1. He has Albert Smits ranked number 2. Keaton Verhoeff is number 3. And Gavin McKenna is number 4. What in the gosh darn world is going on here? Ivar Stenberg is ranked number 5. This is the craziest top 5 I think we have ever seen. And the reason it's worth thinking about is because it's Corey Pronman going out there and talking about it. One of the main guys out of The Athletic going out there and posting their list. Let's dive into whether or not Chase Reid could really be defined as the top guy out of this draft, whether or not Albert Smits could go number 2, and if Gavin McKenna could slip all the way to number 4 to the Chicago Blackhawks. This is absolutely crazy, so let's dive into it here first. Chase Reid, I'd say, is a guy that has really bolstered up his draft stock with the way he has played this season. The point production might not stand out to you right away, but when Chase Reid is on, this is a super aggressive, offensive-leaning guy with some pretty good hockey tools and a knack for scoring points. Meanwhile, Albert Smits is a guy that we haven't talked about too much, but he is an Austrian defenseman playing out of Finland, 6'3", 205, a left-handed dude. He's ranked consolidatedly at the 12th overall spot, but he has been ranked as highly as, of course, number 2 by Corey Pronman, but he also has been ranked 4th overall by Cam Robinson, 7th overall by Craig Button, 5th by Tony Ferrari and the Hockey News. If I had to summarize Albert Smits in one sentence, it would essentially be, you know how Moritz Seider was taken 6th overall in 2019 and everybody was surprised about it? Albert Smits may be that same kind of a guy. Not super offensive. He's not going to go out there and score the lights out. 13 points in 38 Liga games this season with Jukurit in the Liga. But everything you want a defenseman to be able to do, Smits does it very well. Against his own age range, he was a point-per-game guy for Team Latvia at the World Juniors, which is remarkable. And he had 2 points in 4 Olympic games for Team Latvia as well. That's also very noteworthy for a guy who had just turned 18 a few months ago. Albert Smits has experience. He is pretty much the most stable, reliable defensive guy amongst the top defensemen in this draft class. I'd say there's a lot to like about Smits, but you could also say there's more to like offensively out of some of these other guys, Chase Reid included. Keaton Verhoeff is a total wild card. So Corey Pronman ranking the guy 3rd overall, a potential Vancouver Canucks draftee. That's crazy. But Keaton Verhoeff at 17, he's one of the younger defensemen in the draft. He's also right-handed. He's ranked number 2 by Chris Peters, 5 by Craig Button. He's ranked number 1 by Kennedy on the Hockey News, I think. Is that still the way that he has it? I'm not too sure. But Verhoeff was under a point per game for Team Canada at the World Juniors. He had 20 points in 36 NCAA games. Make no mistake about it, the way that his season ended was not great with the North Dakota Fighting Hawks in the NCAA. 6 straight games without a point. If you add on this over here, he had 9 games out of his last 10 in the NCAA where he didn't score anything. And the way that he was playing, he just kind of fell off a little bit. It plummeted his draft stock to a way that I think maybe some might be a little bit more concerned to draft him that high. But maybe not everybody thinks that way, because as Corey Pronman's saying, yeah, Keaton Verhoeff, 3rd overall. And then you have Gavin McKenna at number 4. Would it not be so crazy if this guy were to find a way to play with his gosh darn cousin Connor Bedard in Chicago? It would be 2016 all over again. We made this comparison already, but if you take a look at NHL draft history, fans were already pissed off at the Edmonton Oilers because they drafted Taylor Hall 1st overall, they got Ryan Nugent-Hopkins 1st overall, Nail Yakupov 1st overall, and then McDavid 1st overall. So 2016, this year where everybody's talking about this new draft lottery system, it's like, well, the Oilers are drafting 4. Thank gosh, finally, they're dropping. And then they ended up getting a guy that a lot of people thought was going to be a top pick in this draft. Heck, Jesse Puljujarvi was seen by some people at some points throughout the 2015-16 season as a potential 2nd overall guy because he was way over a point per game. He led the World Juniors that season in scoring as a draft-eligible guy. 17 points in 7 games is ridiculous. And as a result, Jesse Puljujarvi, I mean, his final ranking was 3, but a lot of people said he could have gone 2 in that time frame. He ended up going 4 to Edmonton, and a lot of us were like, wait a minute, even when the Oilers lose, they still find a way to win because this guy was supposed to be a top guy. And Patrick Laine ended up going 2nd overall to the Winnipeg Jets. By the way, that's really funny to think about in regards to Corey Pronman and his list over here, because this post was also made by Liam Willie for Hart. This is a retrospective review of what Corey Pronman wrote about 10 years ago on May 12th, 2016. Why Patrick Laine, not Austin Matthews, is the top NHL draft prospect. So, Corey Pronman has been dropping some hot takes over the past decade and a bit, and this list right here is definitely going to cause a stir. What do you think about it? Do you think Gavin McKenna could go over to the Chicago Blackhawks? Could Ivar Stenberg be available for the New York Rangers at number 5? And do you see 3 defensemen going at the top of the draft? Chase Reid number 1, Albert Smits number 2, Keaton Verhoeff number 3. Do you agree with Corey Pronman's list? Do you think that the top level of defensemen is that polished off at the top of this draft that it would supersede the guys that we all thought were going to be 1 and 2 the entire season leading up to this point in McKenna and Stenberg? Caleb Malhotra is number 6. Carson Carrolls is 7. You've got a whole bunch of other guys here. And then if you scroll down, I mean, Georgios Pantelas is at 82. Ola Palm is at 83. Lots of really great names over here like Shai Klislamov. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Corey Pronman's list and the order of these top prospects. Is Gavin McKenna going 4th? Is Stenberg going 5? Is Albert Smits going 2? Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.